Hey, Raw Rough Riders. This is Mademoiselle Mosley again. You know what? How can we come together with anybody when we're in pieces ourselves? I got to thinking about the certain dynamics of certain relationships. It's like I go back in my own mind, I think about some fragmented relationships because if you are, that's why I always speak of healing, that we need to take the time to heal. Because if you're fragmented within yourself, you're going to draw fragmented people. It don't matter how you dress, it doesn't matter where you live, what you drive, it doesn't matter what school you graduated from, what school you attend. It doesn't matter. You're going to draw fragmented people, even if they come from great scopes of life. That's why most people that are whole, healed and whole, there's no room for that foolishness. They don't have any room for fragmented people. And not saying that whole people think they're better than fragmented people. They just know that you're not going to appreciate them as an individual because you're fragmented. So being that you fragmented, you're still hung up on something that either they were hung up on at one time or they don't want to be hung up on again. Nobody wants that kind of do-over. That's why it's very important that you heal yourself before you get with anybody else. That's very important. Get over your baby daddy, your baby mama, or your mother and father drama, or your sisters and siblings, because nobody's going to put up with that. I don't care how much you love somebody. It has nothing to do with all the other things that they're going to have to deal with. Nobody's going to do that. Nobody that's whole is going to do that. Now, if you're already with the person and they're not aware of what it is that's going on with your family and stuff, they're not going to tolerate that stuff. They're not going to do it. And I don't blame them for it. Nobody wants to deal with people whom it's not going to treat them properly and they are treating you properly. And, I really thought about, I said, what makes us think that we're above spiritual law? I know maybe some people don't know that there's a spiritual law as well as the physical law here. What makes us think that we are above the spiritual law? Oh yeah, I know, because we grown. We can do what we want to do now. You sure can. And you're going to get exactly what you're going to get. You think because you're grown you can do whatever you want to do. That's not what grown is. Grown is doing what you know you're supposed to do, not doing what you want to do. Because there's a code that we have to live by here. Regardless if somebody sees you break the code or not, the code knows the code breaker. And it knows how to seek and find out exactly who it is, because the spirit world is more greater than the physical world, anytime, any day. So, and like I said before, we think we've gotten away with something. I remember in my days when I was fragmented. And see, the thing about being fragmented is like the fragmentation is not just the things that happen to us, it's how we process it or the lack of the processing. Because if your parents chastise you, if they physically chastise you and you're angry or you're angry about it and you never dealt with that anger, then you're usually going to take your anger out on other people that have nothing to do with that, because that still has a hold on you. because you haven't dealt with what was within you. And a lot of us ask for things we cannot maintain. We ask for so many things we cannot maintain. We be asking God for stuff like, oh God, please give me a good man or a good woman. And then you turn around and treat them the same way you treated the woman on your level. So you don't think eventually if you mistreat somebody good, I'm not saying good people gonna turn bad, but ain't nobody gonna stay no matter how they feel about you. Most people gonna go on and allow you to go through your process of healing. But in the process of your healing, you can't make someone else sick and think they gonna stay. You're in a process of healing, but you're making everybody else sick around you with all your foolishness. No. Mm-mm. And then you're running around here being unfaithful. I put it like this. I know ain't nobody perfect or whatever. But just get with me 1 minute or two. Who wants to lay down with a man or a woman that is unfaithful and want you to do all these sensual things to them and they shit is dirty? It don't matter if you wash it, scrub it, soak it, plug it. It don't matter. It's contaminated. Let me tell you this. And nobody in their right mind that really wants to be intimate with somebody wants that. That's why in marriage or a monogamous relationship, that's the enjoyment of it, knowing that that person is your person and you're that person with that person and you ain't with nobody else. Because I truly believe within myself, and my viewers may think differently. Once someone you have established, now I'm going to say this, if you have established a relationship, not if we be like, when I'm with you, when I ain't with you, I can do whatever I want to do. Y'all done talked about that, which I don't agree with, but y'all done talked about it. But when you get to a point where you're in an established relationship, it's just me and you, baby. If you invite somebody in, I'm out. And you should be too. I'm going to tell you why. There are so many people that don't take accountability nor responsibility for their bodies. And they're accumulating certain diseases and viruses and passing it on to other people without even having any thought about it. So if you're going to play dangerous with your body, that is your body. You can go out there and do whatever you big and bad enough to do. But if you add it to me, I'll have to subtract you from me. And y'all should be like that too, because it's a dangerous game. Everybody ain't going to tell you what's up. And I'm not saying you cannot maintain a relationship with somebody that may have, got in contact with somebody, trusting that person, and they accumulated, how I'm going to say this nice. They have accumulated a situation that you can still have a relationship with them, but it takes people being honest, and it also takes the person, if they want to do that. Oh, I told you this and now you don't want to be with me because of that. They might not want to be with you, just not want to be with just because of that. They might not want to be with you in the first place, but if they choose not to be with you because you was with someone or someone was with you and you were unfaithful, they was unfaithful, and a situation happened out of the unfaithfulness, they have a right to not do it. Because one thing that most people don't have in relationships today is trust. It's trust. Words don't make a turd. Actions do. Accountability. And you know what they say, that little thing when they be unfaithful? What they don't know won't hurt them. Yeah, what they don't know might not hurt them, but it can kill them. This ain't nothing to play with. It's people out there, giving away the gift, and you don't even know it's your birthday. It's just sad that we've come to that type of unaccountability in this world. And I discovered this as well. We create out of we create out of our mistakes. Yes, we create out of our mistakes. The necessary healing it takes to mend all the broken pieces. All the stuff we've done, all the stuff that we didn't do, all these broken, fragmented pieces, you know, it's just mistake here, mistake there. And then the healing takes place and then you mend all those pieces together and you become whole. See, and then you use a foundation that will allow you a safe place to release. Most people in their process of healing, they don't have a safe place of release. Like somebody that can change your bandages and not be appalled by the wounds. And in meaning that, for those of you who don't know, all the places that you have that you don't want to show somebody or you can't tell somebody without being judged to the point where you can't heal because they're appalled by your wounds. They are appalled by the things that you've done. Because we all make mistakes. But if you do something on purpose, it ain't a mistake. That's why I don't believe that having sex with somebody is a mistake. Oh, baby, I didn't try to sleep with him. Oh, I am so sorry. It was an accident. I ain't never seen no orange cones around nobody's private area and no sign saying, oh, slippery when wet, and you done walked across the floor and accidentally fell in her. That ain't no accident. It ain't no accident in having sex with somebody. So, and like I said, you need a safe place to release so that we can increase our chances of reaching our God-given destinations. God has destinated to have a destination for you. Yes, he does. No matter what you've done, he knows. Because regardless to the mistakes that you've made in the past, due to the trauma that it caused you to be fragmented, and through your fragmentation, you meet more fragmented people. And the fragmented people come together and they create even more fragments by participating in things that's making them feel better about the fragmentation. But you guys are still a blessing to the nation. You just have to be willing to do the work to get done what need to be done. I know what it's like to be fragmented. You don't really know who you are. You identify yourself through trauma. That's who you are, your trauma. That's not who you are. It is something that's trying to get you off track from reaching your destination that God has already previously laid for you. And I believe that about you. I believe that you're a wonderful and beautiful person. And through our fragmentations of our life, we run into other fragmented people, and we become even more fragmented because we have sex with each other, we drink with each other, we smoke with each other, we wallow in the mud with each other. But have we ever thought about coming together to heal each other? Not coming together to put your finger on the wound. Oh, that is big, that wound. Oh, that is deep. Oh, it's deeper than mine. Oh, that was, coming to compare our fragmentations, come to, worship our pains and our sufferings, and we make them greater, and we justify the things that we do that's causing us to even become more fragmented. Yes, we have to heal. We have to do the work. And I know you can do it. We can do it together. And I really appreciate all you guys for the donations. I appreciate you guys for the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. And I pray that this helped you. And like I say, get it before it gets you. I'm out.